My name is Jen Brown, and I am the coordinator of student success here at Charleston Southern University. Basically, I have the best job here at CSU, in my opinion. Coordinator of student success just means whatever you need to succeed here at CSU, it's my job to coordinate that. So if you're homesick, I will connect you with the most amazing counseling services. Or if you need a tutor because you're struggling in math, we have those services for you as well. So while I wait for people to join our session, I just thought I would let you know how to get to the Student Success Center so that you can get the resources that you need while you're here at CSU. So I thought I would start right here in front of CSU's Chick-fil-A because everyone knows where that is on campus. So if you're standing in front of the Chick-fil-A, you are going to walk right and head all the way down to the last set of doors on the Strom-Thurmond building. It is such a beautiful day today on campus. I wish more people could be enjoying it. Hi, everybody who's starting to join. I see you guys. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about student success and the services we provide, and then I'll take any questions that you have. All right, so here we are. The last set of glass doors here on the Strom-Thurmond building is where my office is located, so come on in. Student success handles a lot of different things. We help you with choosing a major. I do a lot of that. I work with undecided majors. And so if you come to CSU and you're not quite sure what you want to do yet, that's totally fine. I work really closely with Dr. Grant, and she can help you take the Focus 2 or other career interest inventories to find out, what are you really good at? What are you passionate about? And then we can kind of combine all that stuff to find the best major for you. So let's see. The first thing you should know about the Student Success Center is that we are your one-stop shop for academic help, okay? If you are not feeling well and you have to miss a test, you can come into the Student Success Center. The first person you're going to see when you walk in is Mrs. Freshman. She can help you schedule a test. It's the most easy process ever. You walk in, you say, hey, I'd like to schedule a test because I missed my biology 110 class. And we take care of the rest. We ask you a couple of quick questions. We reach out to your professors for you. We get that test. And then you can come into the Student Success Center and take it in our testing center. Then you can also see Mrs. Powers. She can help with everything from advising to changing your major. She's also the advisor for the interdisciplinary degrees. The director of the Student Success Center is Dr. Annie Watson. She helps coordinate everything in addition to helping students with disabilities. So if you were in high school and you had an IEP or a 504 plan, things are a little bit different in college. We don't accept like high school IEPs, but you are still entitled through ADA to receive different services. So don't hesitate to come in. The statistics are crazy. Something like 94% of students that have a disability get help in high school, but only 14% of them reach out in college. And that's just crazy. You can still get services. And what's really cool is that if you want to keep it a secret, absolutely no one will know except for your professors. And in fact, only the professors that you tell will know. So if you struggle in math, if you have, say, a disorder that only affects you in your math classes, you don't have to tell your English professors about any of your diagnosis. So let's take a walk into the Student Success Center so you can see what it's like. We usually have a ton of students in here. Unfortunately, we don't right now. I'll introduce you to, my two favorite people. Hi. This is Miss Diane and Mrs. Freshman. Miss Diane is the most amazing, wonderful woman. And Miss Freshman, she's great. She serves all of our students here in the Student Success Center. It's the first happy face that you'll see when you walk in.
Yes.
But we have some nice cozy couches for everyone to hang out at. And like I said, it's very warm. door is always open. You just come in and you ask to meet with whomever you would like to meet with. So let's see, I already told you about Dr. Watson, how she can help you with disability services. Lori Powers can help you with changing your major. And now I'll tell you about Bobby Black. She is amazing. Professor Black works with our students who are on probation. Now, probation is not the type of thing that you want to be on. However, if it happens, we have an amazing system in place to help you get off of probation. Let's talk about a little bit about that. Basically, really smart people came up with this algorithm that decided, okay, if you're a freshman, you should have this GPA so that you can have a 2.0 by the time you graduate. Does that make sense? And so, of course, the closer you get to your senior year, the higher that GPA should be, the closer it should be to 2.0 so that you know that you'll be able to graduate with a good GPA. And if you don't, we just have extra precautions in place to help you boost your GPA. So you'll take a class with Professor Black, and she just kind of helps you stay on top of your studies. We provide free planners to all of our students. You're always welcome to come in and speak with me if you're struggling, or Professor Black is very good at what she does as well. So if you're struggling, there's two things to remember. A, you're not the only person struggling on campus, I promise. And B, we definitely have a resource that can help you, okay? Most people are so afraid of math, and for those, or chemistry, and for those type of classes, they are the classes for which we have the most resources. So come on and see me. I can set up study groups. We have student-led study groups. We have professor-led study groups. So whatever you feel more comfortable with, you are more than welcome to join. So let's see. So that you don't go on probation, we also have what's called the early alert system. And CSU in the Student Success Center, we collaborate together, but the Student Success Center is who fosters all of those early alerts. So what that means is if one of your professors is concerned because you haven't done too well in the first couple of exams, or they see that you're not taking notes, or just doing something that you should be doing that they know will help you with your success, they will submit an early alert, and it'll say something like, hey, Rebecca, let's see, she scored less than a 70 on the first two tests. And so that just means I reach out to you. I'm the big scary face behind early alerts. You're not in trouble. It is genuinely one adult coming to another adult and just being like, hey, you are struggling and I want to see you succeed. And so I'll give you all of the resources that I have to see you start improving your grade in that math class or whatever class you're struggling in. Let's see, what else do we do here? I can show you our testing center. So, like I said, if you miss a test or if you have disability services, you're entitled to like it's called a least distracted environment. Let me pop on the light here. So it's nice and quiet here. Everyone gets their own little cubicle. Can you see here? Your own little light. It's usually very dark in here. You just have your own light. So if anybody who has like sensitivities to light or noise will feel completely relaxed in here. There's just you and the testing proctor. It's nice and quiet. And so it's a really nice environment in which to take exams. All right, so I don't know what else I can answer for you. Everyone is just so different. You know, some of you are going to excel in English and some of you are going to be like, where is the writing center? So I guess the number one thing I just want you to take away from this video is that we're here to help you, and there's no reason not to seek help. You're not the only person struggling, whether it's you're homesick or you know, you don't know how to write a paper well, or you don't know what is going on in math. I promise we've heard it all, and we genuinely want to see you succeed. So at this point, tell me about yourselves. Do you have any questions, or can I answer any questions, or about student success? I can try about anything in CSU. The only thing I genuinely can't do is financial aid stuff because everyone's package is so different. I have no idea about that, but anything else I can try to help. Anybody have questions?
Jen, can you talk through the different types of tutoring that we offer at CSU?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Brittany. Okay. So depending on the subject, we have a lot of different options. Our number one resource for tutoring, I would say, is the Learning Center, and that's located currently in the Russell West building. And of course, you will be provided with all kinds of maps and stuff to get you directed there. I can even walk you there if you need me to. But Brenda Hanna is the director of the Learning Center, and she is really good at what she does. She trains our tutors. The tutors that we have in the Learning Center have both taken the class and excelled in it and have been trained on how to actually tutor. So sort of just different learning techniques and things like that. We also, if you come to me, if you would prefer to like study with your cohort. So say you have a chemistry test on Tuesday and you come to me and you say, I'd really like to get together with my class and just make sure that I am up to par with them. Do I have the same notes that they have? Am I studying the same information? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. I will send out an email to your entire cohort and I'll say, hey, on Monday from 4 to 6, there's a drop-in study session in preparation for your Tuesday chemistry exam. And then all you have to do is show up. And I've never ever had a student come back to me and say, nobody came. Normally people are very excited to sort of jump on the opportunity to make sure they're on the same page with everybody else. So we have one-on-one tutoring in the Learning Center, but also per department. We also have a ton of group sessions. Chemistry does a lot of group sessions just based on the class, and they will post that in the science building, and I will also post things on our Facebook page whenever I hear about them. Math is another amazing department who does a lot of their own tutoring sessions. So on Monday, they'll have like Math 110 sessions. On Tuesday, they'll have Math 111. On Wednesday, they'll have Math 130. So they really try to keep up with their students and just make sure everyone's on the same page. In addition to that, we have a writing center. They are not just there for your writing needs. They can help you with any project on that you have on campus. So if you have to do a PowerPoint presentation, they can help you improve that. And that's one-on-one. That can be with a professor or with a student. There's a lot of different research. You know, tons of research say that students love to learn from their peers. And then there's other research that say, no, we're kind of embarrassed to learn from our peers. We want to hear from our professors. So we provide both at CSU. It just depends on the subject and the time you're available. We can make it work. Probably my favorite resources on campus are our math labs. We have a math lab in Ashby Hall that is available from 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. So if you're doing your homework and you're like, oh my goodness, it's 9 o'clock and I'm stuck, you can just shoot across campus, go into Ashby Hall, and there are students there waiting for you to answer your questions. They're upper level math students, so the odds are there's not a question that you have that they haven't been able to do themselves. And then from 11 until 5 p.m., we have our professor-led we call it the Bridge Math Lab, but it's not just for Bridge students. They tutor everyone from Math 099, which are our Bridge students, all the way up to Math 130, which is our pre-calculus students. And they're phenomenal. It's our professors and other hired employees that are just like math gurus. That's a great resource. You walk in, you put your name on a clipboard, and it's sort of like a first come, first serve. So I always tell students, come in, bring some homework to work on. There's normally not a very long wait before someone will come by and give you some one-on-one attention. Let's see. What else can I tell you about?
Guys, if y'all have a question for Jen, feel free to drop it in the chat box, or you can turn on your mic and shoot a question right at her.
I feel like I've done all the talking, you guys. Ask away. That's the number one thing. is just communication. Do you know what I'm saying? Just let anybody on CSU campus know that you are struggling with something, and they can get you the resources you need, genuinely.
Jen, do you want to talk about, you mentioned professors help, they love to help earlier.
Yes.
You want to talk about their office hours and what that means?
Certainly. So there is a huge difference between high school and college. And one of those differences is you are no longer sitting in class for 7 hours. You know what I mean? Like, most students don't realize how regimented their life is in college. They feel like they have freedom, but the reality is you wake up at 6 every day, you catch the bus at 7, class, lunch, class. Your teachers are at your fingertips all day long if you have a question. And that's very different in college. Your professors are still at your fingertips, but you have to go find them. And they're going to be located in their office during their office hours or by email, okay? And so if their office hours do not meet your schedule, so for example, say their office hours are from 8 until noon because they teach in the afternoons, but you have classes during the day, you can shoot them an email and just say, hey, I have class during your office hours. Is there another day and time that you could meet me to answer some of my questions? And they're always very willing to help. Professors sort of expect students to come and see them during office hours. It's very difficult to foster questions when you only have 50 minutes on a Monday to get your entire lesson in, convey that lesson to the 30 students in the class, and then it kind of run out of time for questions. So if you do have questions, it's super important that you reach out to them via email or their Blackboard account or in their office hours. Their office hours will always be printed on the syllabus that you receive on the first day of class.
Jen, we did have...
Oops, sorry. I was just going to say that's probably the number one thing that faculty members will say to me when I sort of tell them, like, hey, Susie's struggling in your class. The first thing they will say to me is, really, she's never come to my office hours. And they are, your professors are probably the number one resource on campus. Absolutely. They are the only person who knows what's going to be on the test. So those are the people you want to be talking to.
Yeah. Chloe asked a question in the chat. Okay. She said, I'm worried that I'll apply to a program like nursing and not get in. If that happens, would you guys be able to help me find a new major?
Oh, Chloe. Okay. So that happens a lot. And it's so funny that you said this because I teach a freshman seminar section. And this week, our topic is Plan B. And I told my students, I don't want to be, a negative Nancy or ever doubt them or what am I trying to say here? Like, I don't want to bet against them, but sometimes life happens. And what I find with nursing majors especially is I'll say, hey, why do you want to be a nurse? And they'll say, oh, well, my mom's a nurse and my sister's a nurse and my grandma's a nurse. And I've just wanted to be a nurse since I was 7. And while that's amazing, it doesn't work out for everybody. You're absolutely right. It's a tough program. And so even if you have the passion for it, you may not get in. It's a very competitive program. But the good news is I am Plan B master, okay? I always encourage my students to think about that. And your answer is yes. You have a ton of different options, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to ask you things like, why do you want to be a nurse? Do you enjoy the medical? Do you enjoy, the helping aspect of it? And so those type of questions are things that you should be asking yourself now so that you can plan a plan B with me. You can come in, we can talk about it, and say you've always wanted to be a nurse, but your first and second semester, you're kind of stinking it up in A&P, but you really just wanted to minister to people and help them. Maybe counseling would be right for you. Or if you still love the medical profession, so many of the science classes that you took as a nursing major will transfer over to our public health degree. Dr. Christine Palmer is a great resource when it comes to public health. She's so knowledgeable about the field. She's told me so much about like the different niches that you can get into, health promotion, health policy, biostatistics, and epidemiology. And so I would probably connect you with her and just have you have a conversation with her about, you know, your interests and passions within the medical field, if that were to happen. But certainly there are options for you. Really, in general, it's very hard to get off course within your first 2 years at CSU because you take so many of your core classes. And for some of you, if you're not familiar with that, there are a list of classes that pretty much everybody at CSU is going to take. In order to graduate, everyone has to take at least 2 semesters of history. Everyone will take math. Everyone takes 3 semesters of English and literature. So while you are sort of exploring your options and testing the water in different programs such as nursing or biology, those early credits you're earning are going toward many, many, many different majors. So it's very difficult to take classes that would put you back in any way. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. You have about 2 years at CSU before you really start having to narrow down what you're going to major in if you want to graduate within that 4-year time period. Yeah, not as stressful as it sounds. Are there any other questions in the dialogue box, Brittany? Because I can't see it on my phone.
No, that's the only one that's popped up so far. If anybody else has a question, please put it in.
Yeah, shoot them to us.
Yeah. Jen, you're doing a great job, by the way.
Thanks.
We're all new at this, guys. We're
my goodness.
Y'all learning.
Very new for me. This is very, oh, okay.
Oh, did you see it?
It did. I only saw one thing I'm worried about is how much, and then it just stopped.
Yeah. So one thing Nathan says, one thing I'm worried about is how much of a hassle it might be to switch majors. Is it difficult too?
Oh, no. So we have a portal and it's called My CSU, and pretty much everything can be done through My CSU. It is live, like literally to the minute access to all of your financial aid. It's called Financial Aid Live. It's a link on your My CSU. And changing your major is literally a 2-second process, whether you come into the Student Success Center or you do it online on your My CSU portal. In both places, either on a piece of paper in the Student Success Center or on the link on your My CSU portal, you click on Declare a Major. And that's literally how easy it is. It's a drop-down menu. You change your major and you are provided with a whole new advisor that can help you. If you click undecided because you're just simply not sure and you want to maybe explore 2 different majors, that's not uncommon at all. Typically what students do then is they will be undecided for a while. Your major you would select is undecided. I would be your advisor, and we will just sort of work through the different options. So say you're considering communications, but you kind of want to test the water with kinesiology. We can do that. I will put you in an introduction to kinesiology class, and I will put you into some introductory communications classes, and we'll just sort of stay in touch and do some research and really kind of pinpoint what you're passionate about and what you're liking and disliking in each class until you kind of really find your niche. What I think is important to remember is that in order to graduate, everybody needs 125 credits. So what that means is when you add up all of the core credits, it's only about 45 credits. And then when you add in a minor, which is 18 credits, and you add in another major, that's another like 30 to 40 credits. If you add all those up, it's not 125 credits. So the way you fill in those hours is by taking general elective credits. That means you get to do a little exploring. If you're the kind of person that you've known your whole life, you want to be a psychologist, and you come in and you're a psych major and you're a soc minor, then yeah, you can take some extra fun classes, like bowling if you want to. But if you're the kind of person that you're kind of straddling a couple of different majors, you can spend those general elective credits exploring the different majors that are available to you. And again, it won't put you behind in your studies at all.
Absolutely. We did have one other question pop up.
Okay.
It says, how competitive is the chemistry program?
So I think the best person would be to talk to Dr. Perry or Dr. Albrecht over in the chemistry program. But of course, I mean, chemistry is challenging, but I know that it leads to a lot of amazing careers. Just here at CSU alone, we have graduate programs. One of my favorites is the medical science. Oh my goodness, that 4-year program or 5-year program. I think we collaborate with MUSC. I just think that's an amazing program. But yeah, I would have to direct that one over to either Dr. Perry or Dr. Albrecht, and they can help you. Dr. Wofford would be another great person to talk to. All of those people can be found on the CSU website. If you just click on the little search icon, a directory link will pop up and you can access their information there. Again, those names were Dr. Perry and Dr. Wofford and Dr. Albrecht. They're great people to talk to.
Dr. Perry is actually hosting a chemistry session this afternoon at 3 p.m.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
great.
I'm glad you dropped his name because that was a perfect one.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely check that out if you're interested in chemistry, for sure. I know that Dr. Wofford, he graduated from Texas A&M, and I mean, he is still publishing all of his research. So we have some great chemistry resources here at CSU. Very impressive resumes, actually. They're way smarter than me, I'm just going to be honest.
That's all the questions we've got so far, Jen.
Okay, great. So I guess before I end, sorry guys, let me turn that off. Before I end, I just want to give everybody my contact information. It's a little bit different. Most everyone at CSU, it's their first initial and last name, but mine is actually J.M. Brown because me and 40 other people are named Jen Brown. J.M. Brown at csuniv.edu. If you think of something that you didn't think of right away, please reach out to me. I love fostering new questions, answering them, forwarding them to whomever you need to talk to. I mean, that's my job. Like I said, coordinator of student success means what you need to succeed is my job. And I take it kind of seriously. I genuinely want to see you guys graduate and be successful and super passionate about your job. So let me know if you have any questions. My number, unfortunately, most of us are off campus for most of the week. I come in on Mondays, though. My number on campus is 843-863-7024. If you'd prefer to leave a voicemail, I can call you back. Or like I said, jmbrown@csuniv.edu. Yep. All right, guys, thank you so much for logging on, and reach out if you have any other questions. I hope you learned a lot about the Student Success Center, and we can't wait to see you in the fall.